and he will do the honourable thing. Paul will marry Louise. I said Paul will marry Louise.
Well, Arthur, you seem to have it all sorted out.
Oh, yes, soon got everything sorted out, Norman.
Well, I have had a long talk with Louise, and also my wife, who agrees with me because she knows what's good for her.
Louise?
My wife? Look, my daughter Louise is not going to marry your son Paul. It's as simple as that. Louise is not going to marry Paul.
Why not?
Because she doesn't want to, and frankly, I agree with her, and so does my wife.
You agree with her?
No, Mabel agrees with me, and I agree with her. We feel she should not be forced to marry Paul because of the circumstances. We feel, and in fact, being parents yourselves, I'm sure you'll understand this, we feel...
Yes?
We feel she can do much better than him. Did you say there was some tea?
Oh, yes,
Sit down, Beryl. We'll keep our Darjeeling to ourselves. Am I to understand that you do not think my son is good enough for your daughter?
He might be good enough. He might not. I mean, so far his record isn't exactly reassuring, is it? A trainee second-hand car salesman, and they've only got a furnished room.
Oh, they're only just starting, Norman. They're very young.
Try not to keep hogging the conversation, Mabel. We agreed that I would do the talking. Thank you. And we agreed that you agreed with me. Agreed? Thank you. Now, about your son's somewhat belated proposal of marriage. Personally, we believe in marriage. Do you want to say something, Mabel? Good. My wife and I are united in...
Holy matrimony.
Yes. Two wrongs don't make a right. I mean, two people... Look, Louise is not going to marry Paul.
And do you think I'm upset by that? Do you really think we care? My boy wouldn't marry your daughter if you begged me down on your bended knees.
Arthur.
Keep out of this, Beryl. No, he wouldn't consider the possibility. And what's more, he wouldn't have been in this situation if your daughter hadn't told him she was on the bill.
Just a minute. I have something to say, presuming I'm entitled to an opinion.
They know your opinion, Mabel. I've already given it.
I just wish to add, dear, that Louise isn't sure of her feelings. She doesn't want to marry because she has to.
Oh, no, and there's no need for everybody to get upset.
Upset? I'm not upset. He was upset when I told him that my son was not going to marry his daughter.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Oh, yes, you were.
My daughter is somebody special.
Ha!
In fact, she has another young man most anxious to have his proposition accepted.
Oh, yes?
Oh, yes.
Oh, no, don't bring that into it.
A very well-off young man, a young solicitor, own house, did his own conveyancing.
Oh, yes?
Oh, yes. And he's very keen.
Oh, come on.
You don't believe me? His card. Anthony Beaumont, solicitor. Louise is very fond of him. He went to my old school, as a matter of fact. You didn't know that, did you? Well, I did, because...
Because you were both in the same class, I suppose.
Oh, I'm sorry, Arthur. I realize this must come as a deep disappointment. You're very bitter,
Bitter?
I know.
Do you hear that, Beryl? He said I was bitter. Me, bitter.
May I ask a question?
Is it relevant to the proceedings?
Very.
Carry on.
Could I have a cup of that Darjeeling tea?
Oh, of course. Or you could try the Earl Grey.
Oh, I don't think Norman would like that.
Oh, well, has he tried Lapsang Souchong?
No, but he did some jiu-jitsu in the army.
Just get the tea, Beryl.
I'd like a very large drink, actually.
Right, a double Darjeeling for him, Beryl.
Oh, hello there. Oh, isn't this lovely? Thought we'd all have a nice cup of tea.
This is Vera.
Yes, I know them. They know me, Louise's parents. How are you? And isn't it all about whether they really love each other or not?
Nigel, what's going on?
Well, Dad and Norman Crump are arguing like mad in there, and Mum's showing Mabel the new food processor.
Oh, well, at least they're doing something constructive.
Who, Dad and Norman?
No, Mum, Mabel. Where's Vera?
She nipped next door to get her wedding photos.
Oh, they'll be here all night.
Oh, I'm sure Arthur and Norman would have sorted themselves out by now.
It's Louise and Paul I'm concerned about.
Well, so is Arthur. I mean, actually, Mabel, he's very sensible and intelligent.
Well, they're both mature men, aren't they?
It's me. Me. Your father. Forget what we talked about earlier. Under no circumstances are you to agree to marry Louise Crump. Yes, I know I did. I'll explain it all later. I'm just marking your card. Yes, I know you wanted to do the decent thing, but why should we?
I would like to speak to Louise.
Is Louise there? Put her on.
Louise, it's me. Me! Your father. Yes. Look, on balance, sunshine. Having discussed it all in a very reasonable manner on my part, you have decided that we don't have to marry Paul Crabtree if he was the last man on earth. What? Oh, no, trying to be helpful. Oh, by the way, Anthony Beaumont called round in his new car, the Mercedes. Yes, I told him you'd be home this evening. Thought you'd like to know. Yes, I thought he looked very handsome. Don't mention it. Bye, darling. Bye-bye. I think we can go now, Mabel.
Aren't you stopping for supper?
I'd love to.
I'm afraid she can't. I'm watching her figure.
Nigel, do you know Anthony Beaumont?
Yes, I do. Everybody knows Antoinette is a poppet. Mabel?
And there's something else. Your son-in-law, Raymond, has put 3 separate parking tickets on my car this week. I don't mind paying penalties I deserve, but I do resent being the victim of a personal vendetta. Good night.
Raymond?
What?
Well done, son. I knew you'd be a success one day. I like you.
Hello. Thought you'd like to come up and see Timothy before he goes to sleep.
Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad.
Paul, what are you doing here?
Well, Louise and I have had a long talk about our situation.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we've discussed everything, taken everything into account, and, well, we know you were just trying to do your bit, and because of that...
Yes?
Yes?
Well, if you'll have the baby for a week, Louise and I have decided to elope.
I think he enjoyed that, Mabel. His little cheeks are glowing.
He looks just like you, Norman.
Yes. Yes, he's rather handsome, isn't he? He'll be very intelligent, too. You can tell by the shape of his head. He's got that bump at the back, denoting intelligence. It runs in my family.
Does it ever skip a generation?
Don't think so. Didn't to me.
Hello, Mabel. Norman.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello. Ah, 7 p.m. Wednesday, our turn. You got his things?
In the back. 7 p.m. Wednesday already, eh?
How is he?
Marvellous. Norman was just saying how intelligent he's going to be.
Yes, he probably is. He hasn't got that moronic bump on the back of his head. Yes, he's lucky. People with that bump are usually fairly stupid.
You heard from Paul and Louise?
Yes, they're married all right, in Scotland. What can you say?
Well, I was quite pleased, actually. At least I don't have to pay for the wedding reception. Yes. Your Lorraine's wedding cost you a packet, didn't it?
Oh, I did all that on HP. And now that I'm in arrears, I've made an arrangement with the finance company.
Oh, what?
They're going to repossess Raymond.
Now got your own traffic warden.
Yeah.
As soon as we get home, I'll ring the kids at their hotel, tell them that Timothy's fine and we've handed him over.
Yes, tell them to stay out there for another week. If they want.
I see. So you can keep our grandson a bit longer, eh?
No, I thought if they stayed up there, eventually they might produce another, and then we'd have one each. Right. That's the lot. Come on then, Beryl. We'll be back with him on Friday, all right? Bye.
Just one small thing, Arthur.
What?
You forgot the baby.
You